What's up, guys? Welcome. My name is Jeff. I'm the owner of RDR Gear in Salt Lake City, Utah. And if you don't know what RDR Gear is or who we are or what we do, we have a website, RDRgear.com, as well. You can email us at info@rdrholsters.com. We build canine gear, nylon gear, soft goods, belts, chest rigs, placards, a lot of nylon soft goods, as well as Kydex holsters, Farland mods, Farland holster wraps, Farland duty holsters. We do quite a bit. One of the things that we have been doing for close to 6 years now is our canine line. We build professional level working dog canine gear. We started out servicing and helping law enforcement, military, and service working dogs. There was a event where I went to with Costa Ludus a few years back, and this company's following had this demo, and I watched these two animals work together, and it was the coolest damn thing I'd ever seen, how these dogs knew how to, almost how they could communicate with each other and work in unison. And it was wild, and they were such amazing animals, and they were so just, they could go from 1 minute to this working beast to the simple, stupid, silly dog chasing a tennis ball the next minute. And it really got me going, and I started working on a product line of collars and leashes and long lines and whatnot. And as time went on, the working dog community was somewhat toxic for us in the connection, the point in time that we were at with the people we were working with. And we kind of started branching out to more service dog and more standard everyday pets. My little guy Chico was behind us on the couch right here. He's 100% deaf, so he's not going to wake up when we talk to him. But Chico wears one of our scout collars, right? Hirsch in the corner over there, my chocolate lab, who's now 12, he's getting up there in age. Hershey was the dog you see in a lot of our canine ads. And how Hershey kind of got us going on this was one night I was teaching ourselves how to sew. And we were making a belt, and it was a size 36 belt, and the damn belt ended up being about as big as a Texas donut, right? I don't know how I messed that up, but my buddy Ben was there with us sewing, and I'm sitting next to Ben. We're going through the sewing machine, we're doing this stuff, whatever, and he's kind of watching me, and I get this belt, and I'm like, what the hell did I do? And then Hershey's nudging my arm, and I threw the belt over his head, just kind of like, get out of here, like a hoop over a post, right? And that's how collar started. It literally, that was that simple. Hershey was bugging me, and it just happened. And that was how we started RDR Gear Canine, or RDR K9Gear. And then since then, we've evolved with help from many of my friends who are canine handlers, from the mill side to the service dog side to the law enforcement side. Mike Johnson's a good buddy of mine here in Salt Lake City, Utah, retired from Salt Lake City PD. He is probably one of the most renowned, knowledgeable dudes around this state. Brad Larson, formerly the handler for Canine Roney, who passed, has been influential in helping me answer questions and design and stuff. Just an amazing group of people who are dog people. If you know me, I always joke I would take dogs over people any day. I used to run this hashtag called dogs over double Ds, and it's true. I would much rather, these two here with me, Hershey and Chico, I had Chico when he was about 9 months old, and Hershey I got about 8 weeks old. These two guys are like two siblings I've had for many, many years. Chico's pushing 13, Hershey's pushing 12. Lived a great life, but they've been with me in some pretty dark times in my life, through relationships, through hardships, through moving, through jobs. Hershey took his first swim in the ocean. Chico, I got the last week from a kill shelter in Miami-Dade County. There's a lot of history with me and these two mutts over here, so there's a lot going on with these two, my family as well, and my family dogs, my mom, their grandma. So there's a lot going on in our canine family here. So we do a lot to support the four-legged customers that we have. And I'm going to show you guys some of the products that we offer in regards to the canine line. Now, what's cool about the canine lineup is we have the ability to do a lot of customization and a lot of tweaking and changing. I say that, but then also too, there's times where like, dude, we're so slammed and busy that I can't even keep up with what we got going on out the door, let alone taking custom projects on. But as we expand the canine line this year, hopefully this year, or first quarter next year, RDRK9Gear will get its own website and separate itself from RDR Gear. It'll be RDR K9Gear, dedicated website. And we have a lot more products to offer on that dedicated website with our service dog harnesses, our EOD harnesses, long lines, waist leads. I'm going to show you some of that today, but it's a little bit easier for folks to shop dog product when it's on a dog dedicated website versus a dog product that's in a website that's kind of mixed with guns and gear and other kind of products. So again, not everybody's cup of tea is those two products blended together, but dog people do invest and spend time on a website that is dog related. So again, we're going to kind of give those folks a chance to see our products, see what we are about. Everything I've designed and built over the years is probably more bomb-proof than need be. There's some things that my level of love for dogs goes pretty deep. When I say dogs over people, that's not a joke. I really do prefer dogs over people. It's just something that I like. And therefore, so when I built these products, I wanted to make sure that they were so bomb-proof, so fail-proof that it wouldn't fail on you to the point where your animal would be in jeopardy or in danger. So things like our B Series collar. When I built the B Series collar, this thing is pretty crazily built. When we built the collar, we wanted to make sure that your dog couldn't get out of it, and if the Velcro failed, the collar wouldn't fail, right? Oftentimes we see people running Velcro through and up over the tri-glide, not through the actual tri-glide. So this centerpiece right here, this is a Austria-Alpin Cobra buckle with an integrated D-ring. This buckle is rated in kilonewtons. So if you guys want some homework tonight, go online and Google the poundage rating per kilonewton. If I remember correctly in my math, it's about 236 per kilonewton. And this buckle is a 26 kilonewton rated buckle. So do the math on that. It's roughly 4,000, just shy of 5,000 pounds that this buckle needs to separate left to right, 5,000 pounds. The integrated D-ring is on a cam tension, so it stays up or it stays down, either way. The buckles, unfortunately, are only in black, but the webbing is a Type 13 webbing. And so when we built these collars, there's an internal capture here for the excess of the tail. And then this whole side here is Velcro. So you want to put a do not pet, canine, police canine, don't touch, or whatever, dog's name tape, whatever case may be. They have about 2.5 inches of adjustment for a collar. When you measure these, you would measure your dog's neck with a soft tape measure and kind of pull it snug with the fur, and whatever that number was, you'd add 2 inches. That'd be your dog's collar size, and you'll see the chart on the website that gives you the size of medium or large or extra large. But once the collar is on the neck, say for example, a dog is a big shedder and this portion looses, it gets loose, well, now the collar can't come undone because it's working through the tri-glide. I see a lot of these Amazon Chinese dog shit knockoff collars that literally just loop through and a little bullshit Velcro back through here. I can pull that thing apart with my hands when it comes out of the package. Imagine what happens when that dog hair gets matted in there and the dogs run around at the lake, whatever. Velcro erodes over time and does degrade. Therefore, you need a buckle system that works to ensure your dog's safety. Don't be a lazy ass and give your dog some shit you wouldn't wear yourself, right? That's just not cool. So again, having a quality collar for your animal, it makes a world of difference. What's cool about the D-rings is that if you're using one of our long lines, for example, you have the option of using a traditional brass connector, like so. There's a lot of purists out there who like the brass. We source a very high quality brass brass quick clasp here. So you'll see how this whole thing opens up and these two little fingers in the middle here. Once something passes these two fingers, the gate closes on both sides simultaneously. If one is depressed, the other cannot open or close. They have to go together at the same time. So what allows that to do is if you take our beast collar and you only had, say, 2 fingers or a thumb and an index finger, everything hooks together. It doesn't need any dexterity motion. It's simply a smash. So even if you hold it from here, all you gotta do is hold this thing straight or this thing straight, and they hook together. So again, another kilonewton rated product. And if I remember correctly, this is 25 kilonewtons. So 25 times 236, you do the math on that, ain't coming apart, right? But what was cool about this is a great thing. My mom watches the dogs here in Salt Lake when I travel and the winter comes around. These things get packed with snow and they're cold and a little bit hard to work, especially if you're wearing mittens or some kind of a glove. These things, all you gotta do is squeeze those two open, and then grab the collar. You can reach underneath it. We use a Type 13 webbing on the collar, so therefore it's crushable, it's pullable. If your dog was a working dog, you could out your dog, you had to choke your dog off, you could out your dog this way. You can actually work the agitation this way as well. And as the dog turns, if it's a working dog, and you've got that dog on collar, and he's agitating, going forward, once you hit the collars, prongs in the frog, it's released, off dog goes. it's not trying to get this little small hook while the dog is jumping around moving like a madman. So the frog system is really great. We've been using this pretty much since day one. But again, pairing these two products together makes for a great, great product. And again, it's overkill, but it's something that will last you forever. All of our webbing that we use for this is what's called our long line lead for our canine handlers. There's a 30-footer. So this is a tubular webbing long line. I found that by using the tubular webbing and sewing it shut down the center and having a 2-ply webbing, it allowed the lead to be a little thicker, a little longer lasting, but also wouldn't knot up as easily as a single-ply webbing lead would. Also, when I saw tubular webbing leads that were single-ply, the core was hollow. Therefore, I noticed that when I first had a couple made here in the shop, and I'd run in the wintertime, they would get heavy with salt, sediment, whatever, and you could feel the weight difference grow. And so we ended up taking the lead, sewing it down the center, 4-row single center stitch, and then making this thing a much more robust lead. And if you buy one of our products, like the long lines, right, and something happens where the dog chewed it, whatever case may be, send the lead back to us. We'll clip off all the hardware and we'll rebuild the lead for you using existing hardware. You don't have to pay for all new hardware. One of the cool things too, when we do our handles on the long line, we put an actual handle at the end of the long line. We also use a single piece forged tri-glide right here. I found these company. This is a single one-piece forge. Therefore, now if you want to run a carabiner to the belt through the forge ring, now your handle is flat. You're getting that much more length in your lead, and then you can be hands-free to work with your dog, whatever case may be. So again, that just simply floats the handle, and there's no impediment of using it as a regular handle, etc. So, and these, you don't have to be some fancy canine dog handler. If you want something for your animal, these work great too, but if you go camping, tie this off, put it over your tire, weave it through, hook it over your tire. One time your dog pulls, it'll drop to the bottom of the tire, it'll cinch tight, and this is a great way for your animal to have some freedom, but also be secure at the campsite or whatever case may be. And it's simply making a loop through the handle over the car tires. The long lines have a very versatile role, and it doesn't have to be for a professional dog handler. I run one of these with Hershey when we go out and about. I do use retractable at times from him as he's getting older, but this works great as well. A couple other options we have. Let's talk about some other leashes we offer. For you LE guys who are canine handlers, this is our waist lead. This is the traditional standard waist lead. A lot of you guys have a leather lead you prefer, or maybe a lead you got when you worked your first dog, or a prior dog, or graduation from canine handler school, or whatever case may be. These are just a great way to have another option, and simply it works well because all you're going to do is run it around the waist, hook it over, and it will simply sit on your belt above your duty belt. It'll sit just like so, and it sits in between all the gear on your belt. As well, you don't have to be a dog handler to have one of these. Whenever I take Hershey to the vet for his appointments, I'll use a waist lead because I can literally unhook this thing, put it on him, and it's literally only 3.5 feet. So he's close to me. I'm not tangling people up with retractables or whatnot. And again, it's simply, I can just grab it, I can stow it, I hook it over the headrest in the back of the Jeep, or the crossbar on the back of the Jeep, and it's always there, having a leash of some sort for him when we're working, going to the vet. So again, that's a great option there. The other option we have is our hands-free. So we have, again, a figure 8 at the other end of the dog side. So having a 6-foot lead at Home Depot or whatever case may be, if I'm out and about with Hirsch, he's pretty good at the stores because he's just waiting for someone to give his fat ass a treat. So I usually just hook like so. Over my head it goes. Simply like almost like a satchel or a sachet kind of thing. Find the ring. The ring is floating through the collar, so you can kind of adjust whenever. And now all I have to do is get onto him. He gets his end of me. I'm hands-free, and this part is connected to him, and he has his own end to mess with. So no matter what he does, walk around, turn around, spin around, he's going to be his own distance, and therefore this portion here that's left over doesn't spin and knot and get tight and then choke me off here. So even if he starts to pull away from me a little bit, the floating ring will go all the way up to here, you hear me choke off a little bit. So again, we're just gonna make sure that your dog is behaved and well trained enough to be on a hands-free lead. If you're, especially for service dogs, this is a great option for people who are running a service dog. My friend Heather runs a lot of these for Joker the Mal. So again, Joker's trained well enough that he will walk at a heel pace next to her, and that little bit of slack is just enough to where he doesn't have to choke her out. And again, we can make these in different lengths for different height people. If you're a shorter female or taller male, these can be made in different lengths as well. That kind of wraps up what I wanted to show you guys, just some options in regards to what we offer in canine. It's a product line that not many people who don't know what we do here, that we offer one. It's very popular. It's been around for quite some time. We do a lot of work with law enforcement and military service dogs, and we're expanding the canine line to a lot of different places in regards to collar offerings, styles, sizes, etc. So thank you guys for watching. As always, we post 2 to 3 videos every week, so please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment as well. I'll definitely get back and answer your questions. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.